What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, yesterday I talked about this news when it broke out of Pontiac, Michigan. Shout out Pontiac. About a suspect being caught in a string of, I guess you can call them home invasion or / break-ins, in which young girls were targeted and essayed. We'll say that in the first 2 minutes of YouTube. You know how it go. By an unknown assailant that would come into their rooms or find a way into the house that he thought young girls stayed in, and he would violate them or try to. Now, news came out yesterday in a press conference of a 13-year-old boy, supposedly pictured here. He's 13, guys, as the main suspect who supposedly admitted to these crimes. 9 accounts in Pontiac, Michigan, 2 in Detroit, Michigan. Said that things stem back to 2022. So he was what? 13? He's 13 now. So what? He was 11 years old when this first started. When I seen this story, I couldn't believe it. And part of me still can't. But I mean, nowadays, man, you never know what's happening out here in the mind of younger people, or what negative influence pull them in different directions to have crimes that happen, such as this.
A local mother outraged after she says her daughter was attacked in their own home.
I'm like, Kaylee, what's wrong? She didn't say anything. She just keep on screaming.
Now police are on the lookout for the suspected attacker.
And the Oakland County Sheriff issued a warning today for residents to keep their doors and windows locked in that neighborhood.
This is really frightening. I want you to take a look at the map. It shows 4 other home invasions that deputies say have similar methods dating back to December 26th. Erica Erickson joins us now live. Erica, investigators say that man was carrying a knife during this latest home invasion.
Yes, police believe he's getting more bold, more violent as time goes on. And this mother we spoke with, she's frightened, and her kids are just, can you imagine this? Her 10-year-old is in bed. She's lying on her stomach. It's in the middle of the night, and this masked man comes in behind her and essentially wraps, this is the way mom described it, wrapped his arms around her neck like this in the middle of the night. Terrifies her. Mom says she's so thankful she heard her screams.
He took the screen out, put it up, and my furniture was pushed up.
This Pontiac mother, her 5 children, ages 16 to just 1 year old, and an entire community shaken up.
To think about coming and harming a child of this age, or any child, or any person, period, or elderly person, is just really tragic, and it's really bad for our neighborhood and our community.
Oakland County deputies on the hunt for this man, who they say is preying on young girls in Pontiac, possibly connected to at least 4 break-ins on Northway, Edith, and Marshall since December. The latest on North Anderson Tuesday. Monica Smith waking around 4 a.m. to her daughter's screams. She thought her 10-year-old was having a nightmare.
I'm like, Kaylee, what's wrong? She didn't say anything. She just keep on screaming. And so I go towards my hallway, and I see a guy just shoot out from her room. And then Kaylee started yelling, saying that the guy was choking her.
Smith says the masked man, dressed in black, holding a knife, moved fast, but she was able to give a brief description to police.
I don't even have a word for it, honestly. It's scary. What if my daughter wasn't able to scream, you know?
Police say every home targeted has had young girls living inside, and each had issues with locks where he got in. Windows either unlocked or damaged. Nothing stolen. The motive right now appearing to be those girls.
So these have all been essentially failed attempts.
Correct.
But what's scary, police say the alleged attacker's behavior appears to be escalating. What will he do next, and when?
We're going to catch you.
Just a matter of time.
Just a matter of time.
Smith and her babies not staying here to find out.
I don't even think they want to come back here, even though we're not staying here.
Ever again?
No.
Neighbors have been checking on each other. Wonderful community out here, and detectives back out here tonight canvassing. There's a $1,000 reward right now being offered for information leading to that man's arrest. If you have information, no tip is small. 1-800-SPEAK-UP is the number to call.
A teen is under arrest tonight after a slew of home invasions and attacks spreading from Oakland to Wayne County. We've been following this story since the news broke this afternoon. You might have seen this push alert on your phone. It was around 2 o'clock today. A 13-year-old boy arrested in connection to 11 break-ins. Now, the story first broke on Tuesday when a mom posted about her child's horrific encounter on Facebook. She said, "I'm writing this to warn every single woman with young girls." This after she woke up to her 10-year-old daughter screaming, being choked in her own bedroom. We spoke to that mother earlier this week. Take a listen.
And so I go towards my hallway and I see a guy just shoot out from her room.
I mean, any adult in this room would shudder at that thought, let alone a child.
All right, that was Sheriff Michael Bouchard talking about the investigation and what we know right now. We're going to talk about the forecast in just a little bit. Actually, as we turn our attention to a live look outside, we've got Brian Sherman. Let's go to Jacqueline Francis with more on this investigation right now.
We're here at Children's Village in Oakland County where juveniles are held. The suspect is being held here as well. He's just 13 years old, as you said, and accused of some chilling crimes. Sheriff Mike Bouchard made the announcement earlier than usual.
So I really felt it was important to have the community kind of bring it down a notch in terms of their anxiety and fear. I mean, this is the worst nightmare for any parent, that somebody might be trying to climb in through a window to get after their kids, especially a young teenage girl.
He says the suspect behind those crimes is now in police custody.
The suspect is 13 years old. He's a tall 13 years old. And the parent, I would also say, has been cooperative.
The surveillance photos and videos are blurry, but the memory of the attacks are vivid for the parents of the victims. This mother's 10-year-old child was attacked with a knife. It happened earlier this week on Anderson Street in Pontiac.
I woke up to my daughter screaming to the top of her lungs. Kaylee started yelling, saying that the guy was choking her.
Another mother's child was attacked a week earlier.
This young man, whoever it is, threatened her with a knife and some scissors and told her to take her clothes off.
In total, police believe the 13-year-old is connected to 11 break-ins, 9 in Pontiac, and 2 in Detroit. The incidents date back all the way to 2022. Sources telling Local 4 the 13-year-old confessed to the crimes. We're still waiting on official charges. That could come as soon as next week. Reporting in Waterford Township, Jacqueline Francis, Local 4.
That's the story. And just looking back at that is just breathtaking to even fathom somebody that young doing something like that. But I mean, then again, crimes occur. Just because they children don't mean people aren't, they're still human beings, not capable of doing some of the most craziest things out here. 2022 just started, he was 11 years old. Listen, when I was 11 years old, I was still riding bikes, having fun with my friends, wheeling, doing all kind of stuff. I didn't have a care in the world. I don't understand is it the exposure kids are shown? Is it music they look at? Everything is provocative. I don't know what it is. The movies they watch. But I know this type of shit ain't normal. And it's getting worse. They said in the press conference yesterday, I watched the whole thing. Excuse me. They said that the family of this 13-year-old suspect is fully cooperative. My thing is this, I don't know how far Pontiac, Michigan is from Detroit. But how is this happening? Because one of the recent things, supposedly 2 weeks ago, a story, I saw it, but I didn't have time to cover it. It occurred in Detroit. And people were going crazy like, yo, that's messed up. Somebody come and run in the house, go in a girl's room, through a window, tell her to be quiet, got a knife to her neck. I'm like, yo, that's grown man, savage stuff. And come to find out it's a kid doing that. Said one time he had scissors and a knife. Be quiet or I'll kill you. What? All for some sexual satisfaction at 13 years old, y'all. This is messed up and it's crazy. This is scary out here. America become a sad, sad place. A lot of kids are exposed to a lot of crazy stuff. And this right here is like a sick, demented adult type crime performed by somebody that just made their teenage years as a boy. He done threw his life away. He done threw his life away. What kind of psychological warfare is going on in his head? Said he didn't know these people. He would just go to houses. They said this in the press conference that he thought young girls were in and looked for a way in to do whatever he wanted to do. You got to remember, you're in your house, whether you're a kid or not, your parents in the next room, and somebody is so turned up with an agenda within themselves where they can't control themselves that they're willing to risk getting caught by adults after invading someone's home, which is their fortress of solitude. Shout out Superman. You know what I'm talking about. This is craziness. I took my little girl to a sweetheart dance last night, me and her. And I'm looking at these kids that are there. And there were a lot of kids there. And I look up and there were a lot of black kids there too at the school. I was one of two fathers that for the black kids that was there. That hurt my heart. And my thing is this. As men, we teach our kids, mainly our sons, how to act responsibly. What to do, what not to do. We lead by example. Who was leading this kid? Who was leading this boy? Who was he around? Seriously. Because a lot of times, a young kid without any a male child without any male supervision or blueprint of how to be in life does not, it's hard. You leave a child to figure things out. When they start to go through puberty and stuff like this, they're going to be pulled in all different directions. I don't understand what caused this type of stuff. Was his dad in his life? I don't know. And I don't want to put that on the blame. I don't want to put the blame because, I mean, you could be the best parents and had the worst children. But I mean, this right here, to where he's like, yo, I got to get mine. And he started this when he was 11. How is he sneaking in and out of the house and nobody's knowing this? How did he get to Detroit if he lives in Pontiac? I'm trying to figure this out, man. I mean, this right here, something is wrong, y'all. Something's wrong. He admitted to doing this type of stuff. Can't even chill in your house. Because hella come right, knock right on your door. Or just come through your window. Could you imagine, my little girl's 9, just turned 9. Could you imagine just coming in the house or hearing your child scream for help in a place she's supposed to be safe, and then you bust up in the room and see some tall kid, because he's tall for his age. They thought he was a man. And you catch him in your house. You think about that. No excuse. Don't know you. And if it's a father there, you'll have hell to pay. You'll wish them cops get there before somebody else. You know what I'm saying? If a man get his hands on you, there are countless videos out here you can go and find where men or kids sneak in rooms and get caught with men's daughters. That's why I'm saying where's his father at, because when you know what a man, the power a man has when he's busting your ass as a kid, and you had that reverent fear and respect of a man or disappointing those that are trying to teach you to be a man, you don't do shit like this. It's heartbreaking. It is. One more thing I wanted to add. Can you imagine being the parents and finding out that the one that they're looking for after you're watching the news, possibly with your same kid, is him that they're looking for? This is one of the things we don't talk about a lot of times with these videos. We just talk about the act. But what about the people that this affects, that didn't even know that they had some type of person doing this type of stuff right up under their nose? And what type of guilt you think they have? What type of embarrassment and shame that you think falls on them? For all we know, this kid could have good parents. But no matter what, when he come in the courtroom and all this other stuff, the people will always what? Look at the child as a reflection of the teaching of these people. They can be good people. Don't know. And these kids don't think about that. You know, when you are a child and people are bringing you up and raising you, their responsibility is to put you on the path to be productive as a human being and just responsible as a man if you're a male child and, you know, female child accordingly. I mean, I don't know what these people are going through. And I don't know these people. But I do know this. This right here is a bad stain on everybody. And a lot of people don't deserve it. I'm more than sure he wasn't raised to go do what he was doing. Thanks for listening. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.